Court physician has come to see you and offers me treatment, as long as you know what you're doing. You're not the best at this. The red powder was tantalizing in colour. A servant made the mistake of tasting it in its pure form. His tongue is swollen up badly, and Riqui has chastised him firmly for it. Riqui poured the spice into a chalice of water and stirred it meticulously before feeding you a spoonful. Successful chill. I just had a curry. The curry fixed everything. It's one of those weird dishes we just imported from England. In fact, we have 2 sets of ships here, so we should spread it out a bit. Though the great conversion of Rugen was a success, my work to help High Chief Casimir's savage people turned into... In other words, you want more money. Also, that's an army marching through here, Piedmont. Let's not do that. That's fine. Sicily, I'd rather not fight. You're hosting a dinner for some local dignitaries when the full moon comes into view in one of the windows. Trembling, you excuse yourself and hurry up the stairs to your bedchamber while stripping off the clothes. Completely naked when the guards find you crouched in the balcony howling at the moon. Ow! Right, now I can jump off the ships. Usurp the title... County of Bath. Excellent. Dutch England continues to grow. Over here. I still haven't raided Constantinople. You're not wrong. I haven't. I'll do it at some point. Am I going to keep conquering or just keep raiding? Well, raiding is just such a good way of bringing resources into the realm. So for the moment, raiding. Also, I feel like Caitlyn the Legendary is more of a raider queen than a conqueror. That's how she made her millions. She's a bit too old to change ways her now. Another steward. Flipping hell, there's a high turnover. Stibart, how do you fancy your chances? We'll soon find out. Gelre is now clear of disease. So, let's go and open the gates. Didn't run out of food either. And we can have a great blot. Let's ransom some more prisoners and then do that. Because there's definitely going to be a lot of strangling going on. To the kind-hearted poet Caitlyn. Cumbria. Is that you trying to say, please don't target me, I don't want to die? Because that actually seems legit. Anyone else ever curious how Japan would play in this game? There is basically Japanese Ck2, it's called Sengoku, I believe. Also made by Paradox in this engine. And it was the game which came out before Ck2, so it was kind of the test ground. So far you've only got the base game of this. How many of the expansions do really... How much do the expansions really build it? It's a real improvement. Are you for more systems? It's a real improvement. I mean, some of the DLCs had more than others, like Old Gods is basically a must-have. I would say that Sword of Islam is. Probably the Abrahamic one. I forget what that's called. Yeah, they had a lot. They had an awful lot. I would check out the wiki. Probably tells you there more about what each one adds. For the most part, the DLCs will be making areas playable. So if you want to play as one of the Islamic rulers, for example, you need to have Sword of Islam. So it depends where you want to play. But Old Gods is a really good expansion, allows you to do all the raiding and the good stuff that I've been doing here. Yeah, Way of Life is also another big one. That allows you to pick the focuses and ambitions as you're educating kids. Horse Lords is needed if you want Lords. No Tim World. Ranimiro is brought from the dungeons. Where's your blessed virgin now? Also, I don't necessarily need to have all of these guys. Centered on anymore. Oh, you're still... No. Why haven't you got married? I thought I set up a betrothal for you. Didn't I? Sure I did. Carlo Man's quite good. Elusive Shadow, which is a bit disappointing. Uncouth, cynical, diligent, honest. Yeah. I did press matrilineal there, didn't I? Yeah, good. Alright, so you are no longer of interest. Siege of Tiano. So the raiding continues in earnest. The feast is over, and with it the blot. It will be at least 9 years before I can hold the next one. Massive boost to morale in my armies, which is great. Also, Naymaker can be upgraded, and there are a great number of upgrades. Let's get the training grounds, first of all. Even more morale for those units. Hey, newbies. Hey, started playing EU4 today. Your tutorials really helped. Thanks. No worries, Ck2 Absolute pleasure. I do mean to do more tutorials at some point. It's just a matter of finding time. Maybe the betrothed died. Yeah, it's quite possible. Have I seen the Three Kingdoms diplomacy video? I have. That, I will be honest, is why this stream started 5 minutes late, because I was watching it. And oh my gosh, I am so happy to see the direction they're going in with that. That's really good. So happy about it. Yes, good. My commanders should be available again. They are. So Caitlyn's going to take command of the army in Rome. Supported ably by Bodil, of course. Really? See, this auto-balance thing's just not working at the moment. Because there's definitely balancing which can go on here. And again! Seriously? Go hard. Alright, this one's legit. Bio. And Elhard. Let's move you down here to bail them out. Really? Bugger. My armies are absolutely sucking recently. Well, I guess the raid of Sicily didn't last for very long. Observing yet another game of drinking and Rakolfa storming off with a sullen expression on his face, it occurs to me how my acquaintance sorely lacks patience. It is useful in battle as well, I mumbled, scratching my chin, contemplating giving him some guidance. Very well, I'll give him some guidance. Rakolfa agreed that he needs my help in order to make him see things differently. We're going to be observing some drinking games. I'm hoping it will teach the man that fortune comes and goes and that your spirit is the only permanent thing in the world. Make a show of how invested I am. 300 ducats? I don't care about him that much. Let's not get carried away, shall we? Mordred just inherited Drenthe from Kage. Died of consumption. Damn it! Will my bloodline please stop dying? Mordred's got it too. Oh, for Pete's sake. Whereas the Pope's still sitting pretty in Rome. I don't think that the Pope actually has any territory. At least no one's given him any, because the Catholic's in such disarray that there's basically nowhere for him to run to, except maybe, like, southern Spain. Now I just need to do Ck2 tutorials. I've been thinking about it. Like, right now the only thing that I could think about doing would be a raiding tutorial, because that's one thing in Ck2 I feel like I know enough. Ck2 is still, compared particularly to EU4, I know very little about Ck2. Despite the fact I have 600 hours in this game, crikey, it's more than I realised. I feel like retinues should be in the base game by now and hope one day they fix the tactics system when it comes to test special troops. How do you mean by that? It's funny because the first time I saw a video on your recommended list, you thought, oh, it's about diplomacy, then I remembered you saying they should use EU4 as inspiration to make the diplomacy mechanics, and guess what they did? Yep. Biggest called it in Twitter history. The blood is too strong for them, it makes their bodies weak. They are not worthy. I'm getting annoyed by the number of fights I'm losing. I shouldn't be. Tactics for some troops like horse archers are broken. Oh, okay. Nemunda has arrived in my court. Oh, Borgvard died. Wait, Borgvard was the... No, that's a matrilineal. So, in other words, what you're saying is you want to have another matrilineal marriage. Gotcha. Right, who's good at fighting? Gerhard. Oh. Kurt died. So I can marry her again, matrilineally. Excellent. To Gunther, or to a courtier in Essex? Gunther it is. One-legged, greedy, shy, arbitrary, lustful, renowned physician, underhanded rogue. I want to keep this matrilineal. Wow, she is terrible at fighting. Okay. Wow, that was really bad. That's a lot of money. Rich merchants want to buy titles, and the barons protest, saying their titles are priceless. More merchants should not be allowed to gain the noble rights just because they can afford it. As long as I get paid, I couldn't care less. I gain some money. Or titles cannot be bought. Well, titles can definitely be bought. Pisses Mordred off, though. No, I'm going to say no. There's no merchant republics. Yet. Speaking of yet, I ought to build another holding here. Another castell. And another benefit, once my armies get home, I can start another war against these guys, hopefully. Though it looks like somebody else is going after Bremen, which is very unfortunate. Do I own any English land? Yes. All of this is ours. And also these two. How did Averia unite so quick? Well, it has been like 100 years. But they had a legendary bloodline at the start of the game. Maybe you should take it easy on raiding targets, go raiding for leisure in England and Ireland. Ireland... Problem with Ireland is still tribal. There's just no money in tribal provinces. It's in the process of converting to feudal. I don't really want to hurt that process. Like, the faster it becomes feudal, the faster I can start legitimately raiding it. Right, group you, send you lot home. So, Bremen. Bremen. Forced vassalization. I mean, who are you fighting right now, and how in danger are you to losing? Marburg versus Bremen. Marburg, a conquest of Clev. Just that. I mean, I'm kind of okay if you lose that. And I would absolutely leave you in charge of Bremen, but I would strip you of these 3 titles. What religion are you? You're Germanic. Hisselmar is weak and in need of protection. They should be better off in our realm by spending a significant amount of prestige. We can go to war to forcibly make them your vassal, as long as they are of lower tier than me, or below 30 realm size where the ruler is either of my religion or culture group. I mean, forced vassalization would be a really quick way of growing the realm. Let's do this. How many troops do you have? 200. We're fine. Alright, raise the levies. Again. Our work here is not yet done. Stack wipe. Okay, so let's grab these 2. We definitely want an army in Brugge and one in Calais. I think we probably want an army here and an army here. That's a lot of dudes. So in the 2000, let's bring Caitlin in together with Bodil. No balancing that army. Do not... that's not actually true. I totally do drink from the skulls of my enemies. No, I do not drink from the skulls of my enemies. I laugh when one curious recruit lets slip a question about that time when I decapitated an enemy on the battlefield. But that is not a bad idea. I like your humour, girl, I say, patting her on the back. Gain centre of attention. Well, why then do I have a skull cup? Which I have totally made from the skull of one of my enemies. Ck2 is usually pretty good at picking up on stuff like that. I'm somewhat surprised it didn't in this instance. A worthy sacrifice to Odin. Right, and we have another 1,000 men here. Well, let's grab those and send them over here. Already at 46%. And these guys just gave in. Excellent. Let's send you over to Ypres. Group you guys together. Auto-balance. See? It's possible. You've just auto-balanced. Congratulations. And that's a reasonable balance. Then we'll just leave Gerhard in charge of this side. Now I really do need some more commanders. Oh yeah, we are really low. Hartwig. Bow. Hasten. Nimander. And that's a lot better. And we can leave them over here. So, wait, was Gerhard the other one in here? Gerhard's over there. So that's our main force. Hertwig, Bow, and Hasten is over here. Gonna fight that army and crush it because they were on 0 morale when we started. Another sacrifice. Success. I should conquer England. I'm kind of letting my vassals conquer England because all of this, that was done by them already. In fact, the only one that I conquered here was Northampton, I think. Everything else was done by them. Which is why this vassal here is slightly worryingly large. But as long as he keeps up the good work and doesn't try to backstab me, then he's fine. It was the skull of an enemy from her ancestor. She just inherited it. Oh, okay. Drinking tea from the skulls of your enemy makes us civilized from the barbarians. They did add Roman, Assyrian and Coptic retinues. Roman ones I'm pretty sure they did, because they added a whole bunch of stuff for the Hellenics. Beyond that, I couldn't say. I could do another legendary gathering. Seriously? Has not been done for 100 years. Oh, so if you had an immortal character, you could have multiple legends written about you. So are you ready to accept my protection yet? Not quite. Slowly but surely conquering them. In fact, let's go for the capital. This is my main fighty group, but they should be fine. Although the Great Conversion needs more money, so another 100. See, this is why I need to go raiding, because raiding just makes you so much more money. In fact, having all of my troops raised is really expensive. That might be part of the problem too. %. The faithful and trusted hunting dog has finally taken his last breath. He deserves a pyramid for the hunter. 682 gold. -5 revolt risk. A pyramid for the hunter. Lost me a bunch of money, but we're about to steal a bunch more, so I think it's fine. I think it's fine. We might have some upset people for a bit. We'll just need to go less talking, more raiding after this. Don't know who... Oh, yeah, you're that kid who wants to learn fighting and it's not really... Died attending to chamber business the day after I told him to go to school. Okay. Apparently I'm an excellent guardian. Steward Mayor Stribolt has some interesting ideas on how to improve the economy. Yep, throw more money that I don't have at the problem. Catholic rebels. That's probably not wise, their buddy old chapel thing or bean. Cathar faith triumphant. The adherents of the Catholic faith has slowly dwindled to the point where the Cathar believers are the majority. Oh, so we've taken Diethmarschen. Nice. 93%. Finished his education stewardship and was absolutely useless at it. In fact, these guys have already conquered everything. Get on a ship and head over and fight the rebels. And there it is, 100%. Boom! Welcome to the good guys. And suddenly my realm is all the more impressive. We are really quite threatening, though, that is true. I can create the Duchy of Flanders, which I would need some more money for, but I can totally do that. Right, are any of you wrong faith? I mean, yes. That guy was. Why can't I revoke the titles? Because they are loyal to dude from Bremen, who is not my greatest fan. He's also not that great. I don't really want either of those. What I'd like is for you to give me the vassals. Like Brucker. Oh, did you just create the... You just created the ducal title, didn't you? I saw that border change. No, he didn't. How did that split out? Oh, that part was never part of it. Bremen's actually down here. Yeah, okay. Well, I would like some more land from you. Gizelmar. I would very much appreciate that you gave me Ypres. That's transferring. I want to retract. Yep. My other vassals adore me so much that I don't really care about the relation hits. And then I want Guinness as well. Retract vassalage. That one. Do I have a Merchant Republic yet? No. I'm working on it, that's why I'm doing this. Speaking of which, let's go and put the top troops in charge of these guys, put you in a ship and send you over to Essex, where you will then fight the bad guys in glorious combat and hopefully actually win a fight for a change. Oh, and Essex joined us. Rushed. After years of careful planning, Clodion has raised a large army of exiles, mercenaries and hopefuls, declaring his intention to press his claim by force. Against who? Almansa. Go for it. Have fun. Spread Norse faith down there while you're at it. Alright, so now I can, again, try and create the Duchy of Flanders now that I own most of the territories there. We will need to go to war with Sweden to claim the rest. But we can at least do that. Right. I think it is time that we go raiding again. So let's put you in the ships. Let's send you over here. And grab you lot. Squash O'Clock, thank you very much for the follow. Welcome to the channel. What do you mean we're not getting paid? Where's the Queen's money gone? A dog died. Bankrupted the whole kingdom to pay for a funeral for a dog. Queen Caitlin, the Godslayer, everyone. How's the religious map mode? Messy. Very, very messy. Yeah, so defensive pacts, they're kind of like coalitions, but each religion separately forms a defensive pact against you. And if your threat is high enough, then the different religious pacts will band together against you if you declare war on one of them. So these are just various barons and counts forming these defensive pacts against us. So long as I don't go conquering stuff for a while, we're fine. It's really not a problem. Okay, so all of you lot are now direct vassals. I can also get a bunch of money from ransoms, in fact. That's going to pay for all of that. Okay, next thing, I would like to double check that we have all the commanders. We do. Split. And split. No, group. Auto balance. Now we split. Split. Auto balance. Split. You. Auto balance. Split. Now, hopefully everyone's auto balanced-ish. Nope. Caitlin's currently leading 24 men. That's better.